Alrighty, we are back at it again. Krispy Kreme. I'm gonna try to autism kicking in. Oh my god. Anyway, the last the video that I did of the highlight of the last PB is almost at 100 views, and in the grand scheme of things, of like the whole world, 100 isn't that impressive, like at all. But for me, I thought that video was gonna get 30 views. It's for anyone, if your video does 3 times better than you think it will, it doesn't matter what the numbers are. 3 times better than you think it will is insane. So I'm really proud of that video. And editing it was actually a blast. Like I was really afraid that I wasn't gonna like enjoy editing and it was gonna be a pain. But I just sat down, I got into the lab and I started grinding, and I split it up throughout the week. So like I would usually edit for like an hour to an hour and a half at a time. So I never really edited that long. I think one day I edited for like 2 hours. So like not that long at once. While I was editing, I would like lose track of time because I would just become invested in what I was doing. Like I think I was genuinely enjoying editing. I guess that's also what happens when like you work. Like when I write an essay for school, time also flies. But at the end of the day, I also like writing. I don't know if anyone who watched the video noticed, but when I was when I was on the mech fight, the way I was talking was so like cut up into like chunks because I was concentrating so hard on the mech, but also trying to tell my stupid story about getting lunch. And it comboed so autistically. And also, I tried to record some runs before this. Ooh, no. Ooh. But they went very poorly. So I'm just doing a soft reset. But you can see that the sum of best improved. Oh, shoot. No. Are you kidding me? Pretty awesome, I think. I hate Madame Brood and her stupid dog. If I could throw hands with a video game character, it would definitely be Madame Brood, dude. Look at her. Tell me you wouldn't. Tell me you wouldn't punch her. I want to dig my fist into her face like that chain chomp. Ugh, I always get confused. Like I just can't memorize like which triple moons you dive for, which ones you can roll long jump for, because they're all at different heights. They're literally all at different heights, and I don't understand that. Why not make them consistent heights? This makes me sad. Oh. Did he hit the fall on the land? Oh, I hate this stupid action guide. But I've been doing a decent bit of practice. Like I spent the whole week, like all my Mario Odyssey related things I was doing throughout the weekdays were just editing. I would do a little bit of editing, and then I would like play Counter-Strike or something, and that was how I spent my free time this week. But then this weekend, which it is currently Sunday, so Saturday, it was my grandfather's birthday, so I spent the majority of the day either with family or busy doing something else. So I only practiced for approximately like an hour, I would say, for an hour. Sick bonk. Then so today I noticed that the last part of JoJo Part 6 is finally on Netflix, and of course I'm a pretty decent JoJo fan. So I was like, all right, let me consume that. I consumed it for a few hours. I'm just watching, and I was like, okay, I have two options because I want to record tonight, so I can either practice, so I don't just flop and get sad, or I can keep binging JoJo. At that point, I was like, another hour, and then I'll practice. So I watched like 2 more episodes of JoJo, and then I was like, alright, it's practice time. So I hopped on, and I did a full, like, slow run of the game. Went through the game without a timer, you know, no matter what, and just like practice the parts I needed more practice for. Everything that I didn't feel consistent with, I just went through and grinded it out. You know, just until I felt like I was good enough. I didn't learn any new strats. I want to get more consistent with what I know before I start incorporating new things. And then when I do start incorporating new things, I'm not sure if I want to take like the Nindide approach and start incorporating the hardest strats that I can possibly do, or if I want to just incorporate them slow, just like strats that I can do consistently. I think I'll probably do the more consistent one because it takes a long way for the Nindide strategy to work out. It took Dide a long time to become the goat of SMS because he just had to fail so much because he would learn and in run to do the hardest possible things that he could do. The hardest movement strings, the hardest tricks. Just everything in his power to make the run as difficult as possible. So he resets so much. And that just shows like the will that he had, that he just wasn't affected by resets, he could just keep going. And I don't think I can do that. I think I'm too much of a little baby who cares about losing. Which I've been trying to get better at, but I just think for that reason I can't take the Nindide approach. Throughout most of my life, I've always cared way too much about video games. When I was younger, I used to care like an insane amount about like video games. Like I would cry if I lost type beat. Not like all the time, like sometimes. Like I could not control my emotions because I was just like a little baby. And I have definitely like gotten better at that because I would notice that. Like I would notice that I was doing that, and I'd be like, alright, that's cringe. We should not do that anymore. That's one thing about me and how I'm able to change myself, is I just go, that's kind of cringe. Let's stop doing that. So I start like forcing myself to adapt, and then I just will change. I think there's a couple good examples of that. Oh, I just missed the bird. Of course, that part of like me losing, and it's still there a little bit. I was actually kind of sick. I got the flower there. That's still with me a tiny bit, where I care about losing. But for the most part, I just taught myself to just enjoy playing the game. You don't need to win to have fun. It's a game. Like just enjoy playing it, and that's that. But also, I used to be a huge scaredy cat when it came to haunted houses. Like, insane. So every time I go there, I would have to pretend I wasn't scared. And I just did that enough times until I just actually wasn't scared. I gaslit myself into not being scared. And now I go through a haunted house and I'm just laughing the whole time. I think that's a good way to grow. Is to realize how you need to grow and then just making yourself do it. And that's usually how I do things. Of course, I'm not always successful. Like, there's still things about myself that I realize that I can't get rid of. Maybe one day I'll be able to, but at my current strength level, I don't have the power to do it. Mainly, like the main example is my obscene amounts of laziness and procrastination. Like I'm a terrible student. I'm gonna drink off in time. Ooh, they call me the Vault Master. I'm kind of crazy. Ooh, sick bonk. I'm also scared of Ringo because for some reason, in the last run I did, case in point, I suck at Ringo. Oh my god. I've also been thinking about, like, once I've grown my audience a tiny bit on YouTube, that I should probably just start streaming these attempts instead of having to record them. So I could have a chat to talk to. That would make things a lot easier. There's like two problems with that. One, I would actually have to have chatters to talk to. And I don't know if I could grow an audience to always have chatters there. But I guess even if someone's only there for like 5 minutes and they post like one message, it would still be better than nothing. But the second issue, and this is the biggest issue, is that I don't know if my PC is good enough to stream. Like, last time I tested streaming this game, it did not go well, which is weird, because, I don't know. Maybe it would be better, because I tried Twitch. Maybe YouTube would be better. I could try YouTube and see if it runs better. I could always test it out. Then again, I still have to balance the issue that I talked about previously, where sometimes I just want to play video games with the fellas, and I have to balance doing this, which is really fun, and playing video games with the fellas, which is also really fun. But then again, I've also been thinking about splitting my time into a third, because so far, right now, I've split it in half between this and gaming with fellas. But I've also been thinking about splitting into a third, because I also mentioned, for anyone who remembers, in the last video, that I wanted to do a casual run, or not run, playthrough of Rack 2, Ratchet & Clank 2, as well. Because I've been throwing around the idea for a while, like, ooh, I could get into YouTube, and I could try doing a run of Rack 2, because I've actually never played Rack 2. I've played Rack 1 and Rack 3, but I've never played Rack 2. So it would be like a blind playthrough of a game series that I'm already familiar with, like I know how the mechanics and everything work. So I thought it would be fun, but that just further divides my time. Whoa, what the hell? I've never hit that block before. There might be chapters of manga that I haven't read yet. I'm still reading Bleach, by the way, and let me rant for a second. Because the thing is that I like to check out manga at my school library. I forgot to do the rolls up at the top. Oh, I got distracted by manga. But I like to check manga out at my school, because my school library has a decent amount of manga. It has all of Naruto, all of Bleach, all of One Piece, so it has all of the big three manga. So I've been checking Bleach out, the physical volumes. And when I first read Bleach, it was like over a weekend or something, or it was over break, I don't remember. But I wasn't at school, so I read a bunch online. So because the thing is about Bleach is that with like all of the big three manga, the first volume is never in. Someone always has the first volume checked out. So you can't start the manga at the school. You have to start it online. So I strategized this time, because I waited for a long time for Naruto Volume 1 to come in, and I eventually did snag it. What the hell is going on? But it was a hard snag. Ooh. Oh my god. So I knew from my experience with Naruto that I probably wasn't going to be able to snag Bleach Volume 1, because I think Bleach is a more popular read than Naruto is. I think Naruto is more popular to watch the anime, but Bleach is more popular to read. I knew from my experience that I should just read online and then check out like volume 4 or 5 instead. Then try to get the first volume in the school. So I did that, and it's been smooth sailing for a while. I get to volume 29, and then volumes like 30 through 32 were just checked out. Someone's just reading in front of me, and I'm reading at a faster pace than they are. So there's just a roadblock in the volumes. And I was like, this also happened to me with Naruto. For Naruto, I just waited for the volumes to come in, and I waited for a while. But for Bleach, I'm just going to take the same approach and just read it online so I can just bypass it. So my goal is to read enough Bleach to where I can just overpass them and then check out the volumes ahead of them. And hopefully they don't beat me to it, because then I might literally cry. The only anime I've watched recently is JoJo Part 6, which just recently dropped the last part of it. And I read JoJo Part 7 in the manga like a month ago. And I really liked that. And I do like JoJo. I've watched all of JoJo. And I read Part 7. You can call me a JoJo fan. A decent bit of like, what the nuts? That's sick. That's so cool. I've been playing a decent bit of Deep Rock Galactic, which is a fun game. It's weird, like I can't really play it on my own. Like I have before, and it's decently interesting. But I just so much more prefer playing it with friends. And it's a fun game to play with the fellas. I need to run more bits in my life. I just need to become funnier is what I think. I've tried laughing more. Like, that's something I've introduced into my life fairly recently. Is I've been laughing a lot more. Cause I used to be like the joke police, and I would like be like, that joke isn't actually funny, so I can't laugh at it. But now I've just realized it doesn't really matter. It literally just feels better to laugh. It'll be like, oh, balls. I think that movement's pretty cool. A little bit. And I don't go to my doom? I'm sick. No! Oh my god. Oh, I'm making out with a Goomba? No, please hit. Are you kidding me? Turn me into a damn helicopter. I'm so sad. Yo, my homie, he needs some advice. Let me give you some advice, my man. It's okay to feel down sometimes, because feeling bad doesn't make you weak, but not doing anything about feeling bad does make you weak. As long as you can make even the tiniest bit of effort to better your situation, it doesn't even have to be that much, but as long as you do something, I think that makes you strong. If you're able to feel terrible about something, and yet you're still able to be like, I will better this state. I will not stay feeling this way. I will do something to change it, even if it's not that much. I think it's what strength is. And I hope that random guy on the bench can take that advice to heart. And honestly, doing this has kind of been like a motivator. Like a distraction from like the meniality of my life most of the time. This is a new and interesting thing, so I'm hoping I keep pursuing this and don't lose motivation. Current objective, save my boy Toad. Oh, how did Toad even get in here? In editing, specifically in this kingdom, I had to cut out like 3 different rants I had. The only reason that I would recommend checking out the full PB of my previous PB, which is both in the speedrun playlist and linked beneath the edited version of that video, would be to check out those rants version of the PB. Oh, I have never had that happen before. I'm so afraid of that jump. Oh, I went for the and instead bonked. No! Alright, I actually never made a mistake in my life. And that's true. You can verify that. That was such scuffed movement. You have time. In all of my practice? Oh, sick. Oh, sick. Really? Just for me? Special surprise? Are you kidding me? I hate the cheese, bro. The cheese is my enemy. I hate cheese in all contexts. And easy dragon. I was letting the autism kick in for a second there. I just moved through. I've never gone fast enough to hit that door before. Cleaning up the movement. They call me the janitor because all I do is clean up movement. Like, I take unoptimized movement and I... No! That's actually tragic. Janitor status revoked. They call me recovery gamer. I'm about to poke this hole. It's time to employ the faster strat. Here it is. Nuts, man. They call me Mr. Blood because all I do is bleed time, and I hate cribs. Bro, how'd they make that entire thing up there out of cheese? Oh my god. Yo, what's up, Bowser? I'm here to break up your wedding. I'm about to take control of Bowser. Give me your damn mind. It's just time for some pillows, man. That little thing. That Mooncave skip was insane. Not the best run in the world, but you know, it's out there. The gameplay felt pretty decent. Of course, there were some times where things didn't go according to plan and some unoptimal things, but as far as you're concerned, that's our RNG manipulation. You know, I'm actually just saving some time save so I can just keep getting PBs so I can keep pumping out these videos. You know, you always gotta leave a little bit of time save so you can just PB again. I'm actually just a man of the content, man of the people, really. Just a mastermind all around, but can't wait to see how this does in editing, so guess I'll see you around.